Did you know that somewhere in the depths of the Indian Ocean, a treasure worth billions may still lie hidden? A treasure so vast, so legendary, that it could rewrite the history of fortune itself? This is not the story of pirates or myth. This is real. A ship heavy with gold, jewels, and the spoils of an empire. A storm, a wreck, and a mystery that has haunted treasure hunters for more than 500 years. This is the story of the Flor de la Mar, the flower of the sea. The year was 1502. Europe was in the grip of the Age of Discovery. Portugal, a small nation on the western edge of Europe, had exploded into global power through mastery of the seas. Their ships, sleek caravels and massive carracks, cut through waters unknown to Europeans, rounding Africa's Cape of Good Hope, pushing into the Indian Ocean and seizing control of the spice trade. Cinnamon, pepper, cloves, nutmeg, luxuries worth their weight in gold. And into this world, the Flor de la Mar was born. She was no ordinary vessel. She was a carrack, the largest of her kind at the time, over 400 tons. Her high wooden castles towered above the waterline, her hull bristling with cannon. She was meant to be the pride of the Portuguese crown. But she was also flawed. Too big, too heavy. Sailors whispered that she was unwieldy in rough seas, that she rode the water like a stubborn mule, not a thoroughbred horse, and yet she would carry the greatest fortune ever loaded onto a ship. In 1511, under the command of Afonso de Albuquerque, Portugal launched its boldest campaign yet, the conquest of Malacca. Malacca was no ordinary city. It was the jewel of Southeast Asia, the crossroads of the spice trade. Every ship that passed between the Indian Ocean and the South China Sea came through its waters. Whoever controlled Malacca controlled the flow of wealth itself. Albuquerque's fleet stormed the city. Cannon roared, swords flashed, and when the smoke cleared, Portugal claimed victory. But it wasn't just a city they took. It was a treasury beyond imagination. The Sultan of Malacca's riches were loaded aboard the Flor de la Mar. Chests of gold and silver, emeralds, rubies, diamonds, silks and spices in unimaginable quantities. Even statues, thrones, and royal regalia. Historians estimate it was worth billions in today's money. The single richest cargo ever assembled. The flower of the sea was heavy with wealth, her decks stacked with fortune. But with every ounce of gold, her fate grew heavier too. In November of 1511, Albuquerque set sail for Portugal. His mission: deliver the treasure to King Manuel I. But storms brewed off the coast of Sumatra. The monsoon winds howled, waves battered the hull. The Flor de la Mar, already unstable, groaned against the fury of the sea. Her seams cracked, her timbers screamed, and then disaster. Somewhere off the coast of northern Sumatra, the Flor de la Mar struck reefs. Her mighty hull shattered. Water poured in, men scrambled. The treasure, crates of gold, barrels of silver, silks, gems, spilled into the dark sea. Albuquerque himself survived, pulled from the wreckage, but the treasure was gone. Some say villagers salvaged pieces of it. Others say it sank beyond reach, buried by centuries of shifting sand. What's certain is this: the Flor de la Mar was lost, and with her, the greatest treasure haul in history. For 5 centuries, the story of the Flor de la Mar has haunted divers, adventurers, and kings alike. The Dutch searched. The British searched. Even modern treasure hunters with sonar and submersibles have scoured the seabed. But the ocean has kept her secret. Some believe the wreck lies beneath layers of sand, preserved but hidden. Others claim fishermen long ago salvaged the jewels, dispersing them into villages. A few say the Portuguese themselves secretly recovered what they could, leaving only myth behind. But with no proof, the flower of the sea remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. The Flor de la Mar became more than a shipwreck. She became a symbol of ambition, greed, and the fickle power of the sea. For what greater irony exists than a ship called the Flower of the Sea, sinking beneath it, her riches swallowed whole? Even now, treasure hunters claim to know where she lies. Every few years, whispers spread of a new expedition, of riches waiting to be claimed, but the ocean guards her secrets well, and so the Flor de la Mar lingers as legend, a reminder that fortune is fleeting, and that sometimes the sea does not give back what it takes. So somewhere off Sumatra, beneath the waves, lies perhaps the greatest treasure never found. Gold that once gleamed in palaces, jewels that once crowned kings, riches that could change a nation's destiny. But maybe that's the true magic of the Flor de la Mar, that it remains lost, that it stirs our imagination, making us wonder what might lie in the shadows of the deep. Because history isn't just about what we know, it's also about what we've lost and what still waits to be found. This was the story of the Flor de la Mar. If this story stirred something in you, go watch the full epic videos on my channel, Chronicle Vault, and join me for more legendary history that should never be forgotten.